Welcome to Drinkin Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
You're live.
Yes, welcome to Drinkin Bros, sports companion show.
I feel like I'm living my life in front of other people now.
I feel like we are living in a sim world, and I'm almost positive of that. I'll go back like 2 years. I would have put the odds at maybe 60-40. I'm at a full 100% that we're living in a sim world.
What did Homeboy say? 83% or 86% maybe?
Yeah. So no, he was higher. I think he was at maybe originally like 70-30. In his you're talking about Dr. Rizwan Virk. I am fully saying now that it is 100%, and the reason why I am saying that is when I watched this pay-per-view event with Nate Robinson and Jake Paul and Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., we'd fully entered the sim world. Like that was it. Snoop Dogg was hosting at a certain point. He came on like, I don't know, 3 or 4 cards in. You guys, by the way, were watching this live. And you did a full reaction show to this. Was it not just as shocking as, because I watched your show for about an hour.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you for your business.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Obviously. Feel free to cut to yourselves
We can,
as well. Yeah. God.
We are the captain now.
Yeah.
We'll cut to ourselves when we want to.
When it started, Giorgio, you were talking about Wiz Khalifa and just doing a full concert for what seemed like maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think he did most of his greatest hits. Everything but Airplane.
Black and Yellow.
Yeah.
Of course. Who could forget?
Taylor Gang. Yeah, he did them all. And then Snoop did about 45 minutes as well in between.
He did a full 45-minute set. YG did a full set.
I don't remember seeing DaBaby, though. We were promised DaBaby.
We were promised DaBaby and Lil Wayne, which neither.
Can you say his name a couple more times?
DaBaby.
DaBaby, yeah.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
Yeah, DaBaby and then Lil Wayne is where we're at. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. There was a gajillion people watching that fight. Like, I was unsure how many people would actually watch that fucking thing. I got roped into it, and I actually enjoyed it, which we'll get to in a second. But every single feed or friend on Facebook and Twitter and everything, they had a picture of themselves watching this fight, and I was like, oh shit, this is a big deal. People are making money off of this thing. Did you end up watching it that night, Dan?
Which fight are we talking about?
Mike Tyson fight.
No. Well, I know that's not true. I did watch the fight. I just didn't pay for it.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. It was on Fight TV.
Yeah.
FITET TV.
There was a UFC going on that night as well, so
Yeah,
possible deniability.
He got to watch just Anthony Lionheart Smith fight for the 3rd time in 3 months or whatever.
Seriously, that dude is a fucking animal.
Yeah,
I've
really
been on a couple of other shows with him in the past with Brinkus.
Yep.
He is, if you remember, I think it was 6 months ago, somebody tried to break into his house and he beat the Christ out of the guy in front of his family.
He did. And then I went all in on him, by the way, in the card after that he was on.
He got his teeth smashed in?
Yes.
Yes.
And he handed his teeth back to the referee. I lost all of my money because I was with Dan on this one where I was like, when a guy breaks into your house and you've got to fend for your life, like actual life, and he was beating the Christ out of this guy for a half hour and the guy didn't submit, which obviously he's on a lot of meth. I thought for sure, I was like, well, shit, you're not going to get any better training than that. Therefore, I'm pushing all of my money on. And
but you got
smoked.
You get a fucking, I don't know what to call it, hangover. Like in the middle of a firefight, sometimes things will quiet down for half an hour or so, and then all of a sudden it starts up again, and you feel like as soon as it's over, you feel like all the energy just comes out of your body.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like you've been fucking all day, and you finally come. You're like, look, I need 3 or 4 hours worth of nap time before I can even talk to you again.
Recharge and go for another round on that. Understandable. But we are moving Drinkin Bros Sports onto its own feed as of tonight at 8 o'clock. So going forward, the reason why we're going live today with a live show for sports is to let you know that we are moving. We're going to have about 4 shows a week on there, and the NFL and college will be split up into two for those odds. What happened was the sports show blew up on Drinkin Bros feed, and the sports show ended up being like 3.5 hours every single Tuesday, and it was just like, this is too much. We should just divide this up. And then with the rise of UFC and with the rise of college basketball coming back after COVID, we need shit to gamble on, because let's face it, we're going to be stuck inside betting on shit because we're bored and we have nothing else to do with our lives. And mybookie.com will be bringing you those. And promo code Drinkin Bros will double your deposit. But this will be our last day on this feed.
I used to go to, whenever there was no sports, I would just go to like children's playgrounds and gamble on the fighting. Mm-hmm. Like I would instigate a fight between two children and then like start throwing money down on the ground and be like, look, you guys, whomever survives this fight, I'll put you through college. I get really bored.
So, look, subscribe to Drinkin Bros Sports. It is called Drinkin Bros Sports. It is on iTunes, Spotify, and we have a new YouTube channel that is starting tomorrow. So tomorrow when we do the college football and the NFL shows, that will be in our new YouTube feed tomorrow. So subscribe to Drinkin Bros Sports on all platforms, and then obviously leave a review. That will help scoot us up the charts. It doesn't matter how many people listen to the actual show. To get to the top of the charts, it is just reviews, 5-star reviews, and just a quick little one-liner about, hey, we like the show, and that's it. We'd also like to give Barstool a shot, man. At this point, we're going to go 4 days a week and try to continue in that Barstoolish motto, and or the fuck, man, their whole regime, really, and we're gonna really fucking do this. Yeah. So we're bringing you 4 more shows a week. It'll be on Drinkin Bros Sports. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and subscribe to iTunes or Android or however you listen to podcasts. So it will be moving off of the main Drinkin Bros feed. With that, we're going to be having watch-alongs like you watched on Saturday nights. Papa Giorgio will be doing the UFC. Dirty Dan and Hot Bob will be doing the college basketball show. Dan and I will be popping in on those shows as well. You guys were watching the live feed. I'm curious what it was like for you guys watching these undercards and then the Tyson fight. I want to get your feedback on it now that you had a couple of days to reflect on it.
Do you need a couple of days to reflect?
We've had a day to reflect on it. We've had like 6
several hours.
Yeah. First of all, you talked about making money, and I think you bet on one of these guys to win, didn't you, Ross?
I did.
In a competition that technically there could be no winner.
It's an exhibition. It's not a fight.
By the rules, there could not be a winner. And that's actually why they didn't announce it in the ring, and why there was that very awkward 10 minutes where the ref just held both their hands.
So that is actually not true, by the way. And I want to clear that up today, because a lot of people were asking about this.
The path to victory, like a decided victory for either one of these parties, was very narrow. So the chances that there were going to be a draw were equal to the chances that there was going to be a winner.
Well,
based on the rules, is what they're saying. They're not saying it's a complete impossibility, but this is the likely outcome.
Here's the deal. So you couldn't sanction this because of their age, right? And they were also on drugs.
No fight commission, is going to.
No fight commission is going to sanction this. Therefore, they had 3 judges who were just outside judges, bros, kind of watching this, and they picked a winner to the fight.
Speaking of which,
they were supposed to.
That one judge, what was he smoking? Like he had Roy Jones up all 3 rounds.
Oh,
the first 3 rounds.
Vinny Paz. I think he actually fought Roy Jones at one point in time. It was a previous.
It wasn't Vinny Pazienza, was it?
Yeah, I believe it was.
No shit.
Someone fact check me on that.
Fact check Giorgio on this, but
I believe it was Vinny Paz.
That's the movie that Miles Teller played.
Yeah, he's also quoted in the Army of the Pharaohs song.
Vinny Paz is also a underground rapper from Philadelphia.
True, not to be confused.
Oh, which one was it?
What, Jedi Mind Tricks?
No, dude. Who was the Vinny Paz in this?
Was
it the real one or the
Tyson judges?
Was it the boxer or the rapper, the popular rapper that no one knows?
Yeah, I doubt it was some amateur rapper as the.
I don't know if I would call him amateur rapper, but yeah. He's been on Rogan before.
No one's ever heard of him.
Has he really?
Yeah.
No shit. All right.
Roy Jones looked like a 51-year-old man.
Or scorecard.
He did.
And Mike Tyson looked like a 38-year-old man.
Juice to the gills.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If I'm surprised, I thought he was going to fucking forget about the rules and crush this dude's skull. But he probably had people in his ear saying, hey, we can probably do this again, get another payday, so next time you can fucking ruin his life.
Well,
because Roy Jones did not belong in that ring with Mike Tyson. If Mike Tyson had been going 100%, he would have knocked his ass out.
So here was my honest take on this, where I when I watched it, like I was, first of all, I thought it was a joke, and like I was amped. I was amped just to throw money at it because there was something to do on a Saturday night because most of the college games had gotten canceled for COVID. Go ahead,
It was Vinny Paz, the boxer.
Yeah,
Former
Of course it
lightweight
was.
champion.
yeah.
What the fuck are you
Vinny
talking about?
Pazienza, there
I mean,
you
it
go.
wouldn't have been the goddamn rapper, you idiot.
Well, talk to fucking
I'm just
fake Dan
throwing it
about
out
his
there.
bullshit,
No.
his Philly bullshit. But so for the $50, I was like, cool, man. I'm here for the spectacle of it, the circus of all of this shit, and we'll see what happens. I actually thought Tyson looked great, and he fucking won the fight. I didn't have Roy Jones winning one single round.
I mean, he's definitely not winning the battle against time.
No.
Doesn't look great.
Doesn't look great, and I think he didn't take it seriously, whereas Tyson did.
Well, Tyson takes everything seriously, whether it's smoking weed, punching people in the face, raping, whatever.
Yeah.
He takes it all seriously.
Yeah, but they had said before the fight, he had said that he had smoked weed before the fight, which was evident. Did you see that interview with Jim Gray before the fight?
The pre-fight interview was he may as
Oh
well
my
have been on a
God.
different planet.
They were presented by Weed Maps. Of course, there's some. I mean,
This whole
there's going to be
event,
some product.
This entire event was sponsored by Weed Maps. That's all you need to know.
Weed Maps is not a sponsor of ours, but it is a good app, by the way.
It's a great app.
If you're in a town or if you're in an area that has legalized marijuana or cannabis or whatever dumb word you call it, you can basically get it delivered to your house.
Yeah.
Like Postmates,
Yeah.
which is nice.
It's great. Look, Weed Maps is awesome, but when they sponsor a boxing match, it's going to be sweet. Mario Lopez hosted it. The entire thing to me was worth the $50. Like, I enjoyed the shit out of it, entertainment-wise. Snoop Dogg came in and, dude, he stole the show.
Snoop Dogg, he was good. Izzy was good as a commentator.
Izzy, which one is Izzy?
Israel
Israel.
Adesanya?
Oh, yeah.
UFC fighter?
He was all right.
How good did Mario Lopez look? Like, what skincare
So,
cream does
dude,
that man
Whatever
have?
Rob Lowe's taking, he's taking it too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mario Lopez looks better than he did on Saved by the Bell, and
He looks better
every
than me.
single girl was just like, "Yo, dude, Mario Lopez is the truth." That guy does not fucking age. He hosted the entire event that night, and I thought the fight with Tyson was good. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, for two 50-something-year-old dudes, like, it was good enough, and there was enough action that I could get into it.
And you had a knockout the caliber of Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson.
Well, Nate's.
We'll get to that in a second.
Nate
Which we'll
is-
get to.
Yeah,
The
Nate's
undercard
dead.
was pretty whatever. I mean, me and Giorgio didn't really comment on any of the fights before the Jake Paul fight, but
No, I couldn't pronounce any of their names.
But they were
or-
good. Those two fights were good, actually, man. And the reason why is they cut the ring off. I don't know what size it was, but it looked like it was like 12 by 12, that ring. And when you have a ring that small, there's nowhere for you to go. So you can't just run around and avoid each other. Like, you got to hit each other. Therefore, I thought that was entertaining as shit.
right. But they were too legit. Like, make this a circus. If this isn't like professional boxing, just
Right.
run out. Yeah, Jake Paul. Give me all these YouTubers versus pro athletes.
Yes.
Fuck it.
And I think that's what it felt like. So it was called, what, the Legends League? Or
Well, he wants to start a Legends League where ex-professional athletes get to compete again.
Right.
So I don't know what that technically means.
Well, what it technically means is like watching a fucking B movie.
Yeah.
It's like watching, look, John Stamos looks great, but watch him in a movie any time in the last 20 years and tell me how good it is.
I'm willing to watch them do anything but the sport they were good at.
Well, so here's my biggest takeaway from this night, right? You had this Legends League. Clearly, it was a huge hit. Tyson got $10 million. Roy Jones Jr. got $3 million for it. They're probably going to run it back and do it again. My biggest takeaway was, if you were watching that at home, I think every old fighter who was famous, De La Hoya will be in the next one. I guarantee it. I think it will become a new thing, and it was enjoyable to watch. I would have loved to see fucking Tyson knock him out. There was a couple times it looked like he tried. It didn't look like he was playing by the rules of like, hey.
His shorts were too tight. They were restricting his motion. I don't
Yeah.
think he could get in there with those body shots.
No.
They're holding him back a little bit.
Steroids.
Also, not a good look for the LeBron could beat some of these UFC fighters that are like 100 pounds lighter than him or whatever with 6 months
one
training.
prayer.
Not a prayer.
Not a prayer.
No.
Not a prayer.
No, I think we should turn this whole thing into basically a celebrity dunk tank where with enough money to charity, we can get these people involved.
Yeah.
Like, how much money do I have to donate to a deserving charity to watch LeBron James get the shit kicked out of him?
So I'm glad you asked.
Because I want to see him crying the same way he cried after he won that championship in Cleveland.
They used to do it, and it was called celebrity boxing. And I remember when Tanya Harding was in it, but it was comical because they gave you like the huge giant gloves, and you had to wear the big fucking face protector and all that shit. And it was like, this is bullshit. That fight on Saturday night, there was no face protectors, a shortened ring, and somebody was getting knocked the fuck out. Now, I was surprised that it was Jake Paul knocking out Nate Robinson.
Well, Jake Paul's quite a bit bigger than Nate Robinson, isn't he?
No, he's actually not.
Nate Robinson's like 5'10".
Yeah,
Jake Paul's like 6'1", isn't he?
6'1", I think.
Yeah.
And then they both came in at what, 190?
Yeah, Jake Paul is 6'1". So look, there was only a couple inch difference, but like athletic wise, go ahead, Hot Bum.
Nate's actually 5'9".
5'9". So yeah,
So-
you're looking at 4 inches there. Not terrible.
It's a big reach.
But Nate was a fucking professional goddamn basketball player, 3-time NBA dunk
A
champion.
great athlete. Like one of the
Great
best.
athletes.
Yeah.
This is a Vine star.
Yes, who knocked him out cold. And the memes from this that are going around are endless and are the greatest fucking thing on this planet. If you can pull up some of those memes and post those, I can't post them all because
Right. I mean, it was an all-time Twitter night where people are like,
all time.
like Jake Paul knocked you out and just said rate and subscribe to my channel.
Yeah. The other part about it was, and here's what's super fucked up about today's culture, is in the world we're living in now, Nate Robinson will never, ever again be remembered for playing in the NBA, winning 3 dunk contests.
Didn't he win the 6th Man of the Year award
Yep.
one year?
Yeah, won the 6th Man of the Year. You will never remember any of that. Whenever you hear the name Nate Robinson, you will think about him laying face down on the floor, being knocked out by Jake Paul, the YouTube star. And that's what that is.
My buddy used to say, he was in a pretty successful band. He would say, you're only as good as your worst cover song. So if you come out and play a cover song and it sucks, by the way, everybody's playing this Nothing Compares to You Chris Cornell cover. I don't give a fuck about that. Chris Cornell's dead. Shut the fuck up already. His music wasn't that good in the first place. Like, oh, some guy doing something he doesn't normally do. Why don't I go fucking shit in the street and you can record that and put it on fucking TV? Get fucked, Soundgarden, you piece of shit. Sorry, I like Soundgarden actually.
R.I.P. Chris Cornell.
No.
Yeah, it was awful. And Nate Robinson, that's it. That's all he's remembered for the rest of his life. Entertainment-wise, though, for the night, I would buy the next one. The odd thing about it was on Fight TV, right? It's FITE TV, and I was like, great, now they're gonna take my bank account and in China or wherever the fuck it is, right? But it was luckily mine was through the Roku app, so Roku was the buffer between that and whatever bullshit site that was. There was no streaming issues. I actually enjoyed musical performances between the fights because usually you watch a fucking fight that. I've watched a million of them, and I enjoy boxing. But you sit there for maybe 15, 20 minutes while they clean the ring and do the whole shit. I'd rather see people rap or play music or whatever it was. They could have chose better rappers, but
They were all by themselves in rooms by themselves. And you know how hard it is to comment on a musical performance when the audience can't hear the music?
Also, I think like Wiz
Me and Dan
Khalifa,
are just looking at each other and he's petting his dog.
Wiz Khalifa, I think, was in Denver. Like they weren't even there.
no. And there was a guy named St. John or John.
Well, no, the bitches love St. John.
Bitches love St. John.
him.
Yeah, he's the new G-Eazy.
Roses.
Roses is the huge song of his. I've never heard him sing live yet. That is something that he definitely should have worked on. Maybe auto-tuned the entire fucking performance. But it sounded as if there was auto-tune on, and when your voice is so bad that it supersedes the auto-tune, like you've got fucking problems.
When you're by yourself, why don't you lip sync?
Yeah.
There's really no one there.
Yeah.
You're not
Everyone
even
else did.
performing.
Pretty much everyone else did.
Just go full DJ at that point.
Ashley Simpson is the reason they don't do that.
She got caught.
She
Yeah,
got popped on SNL. Homeboy needs to definitely rethink his live singing career.
Do you think
or
Trump's going to
auto-tune.
pardon Milli Vanilli now?
One of them's dead
Well, still, you can get a posthumous pardon.
for Manili.
I don't know which one's dead.
Is it No, Millie, I think,
Or
is alive.
Vanilli, yeah.
I think Vanilli's the one
Does he
that's dead.
introduce himself as Vanilli, you think?
I think you have to at this
Yeah.
point. Girl, you know it's girl, you know it's
Well,
girl,
they don't.
you
They can't
know
do
it.
that because they didn't sing any of the actual songs. I mean, basically,
No, they
they're
didn't.
Joe Exotic 25 years ago.
Yeah, which, look, man, everybody's got to be the first Joe Exotic. Yeah, who died? Was it Fab? Is that his name? My money's on Fab, or was it Rob?
It was Rob. Fab
damn
lives
it.
on. Rob died in 1998.
Yeah, R.I.P.,
Yeah.
man. It was a long time ago, 22 years ago. It's kind of like, to me, there was 9/11, the night that Osama bin Laden died, and then the night that Rob died. Everybody knows where they were, you know? I was at TGI Fridays. I was eating pea skins at the bar, man, when Rob died, and I was like, somebody tapped me on the shoulder, and they were like, hey, man, Rob died from Milli Vanilli, and I was like, what?
They're like, Ross, you've had enough.
Yeah, and I was like, I fucking give me some more potato skins. I can't
cut
stand
you
this
off.
shit.
Right.
Yeah. R.I.P. Rob, though, man.
Well, that was pre 9/11,
It was.
so you could get away with a lot more potato skins back then.
One could argue, too, that if Rob doesn't die, is there a 9/11?
It's hard to say.
Yeah, tough to say, man.
No, it's not.
Uh,
I don't think that Rob from Milli Vanilli was involved in transnational terrorism. Probably not.
Dan, that's pure speculation. We don't do that on this show.
I have no
'cause
idea.
We're going to get flagged for that.
Yeah.
That is pure speculation. I think Rob was probably a knock, dude. You know.
Well, first of all, he was a German citizen, so if he was anything, it'd be like GSG9 or something like that.
He was probably all of that. He was all of those things.
Yeah. I don't think so.
But either way, the sad part is this is the future. Because after watching that night, all I kept thinking to myself was, all right, great. Every old boxer's going to sign up for this, get a huge paycheck, and come back and fight. You're going to have to train, though, because after watching what happened, Roy Jones Jr. looked like he was dead, like just gassed.
Yeah,
dying.
his chest looked like a wet blanket.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Like the reason I watch boxing is because I want to see two chiseled men.
So
I mean, to me, it's like fucking theater. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
I want to see. Look, the same reason you don't watch porn with dudes with tiny dicks. You know what I mean? You watch porns where dudes have hogs and they slam the fuck out of these women. In the same way, I want to see nice-looking, fucking very brutish, physical-looking dudes beat the Christ out of each other.
Yep.
That's what I'm paying for. And in the meantime, I'm sitting on my couch eating donuts from Voodoo Donut, by the way, and doing MDMA.
So you're not a big Andy Ruiz guy
I don't like any of the fat people. No,
Okay.
I don't like any fat people at all ever,
in general. yeah.
Tyson Fury.
except for Jared. Although he's lost a lot of weight.
He slimmed down, yeah.
Yeah, he
But
looks
it'll-
really good.
It'll come on. I've known him for 15 years. It's not gonna last. Let's be real about that.
Yeah, but I'm into that small dick porn. It like gives me confidence. You know?
I was just gonna say that, man. I don't watch
to
people
me,
with bigger
that
dicks
tells
fucking
me,
porn.
That tells me that you're an insecure hater. I clap. If a dude walks on stage and he fucking, there's that reveal moment where the girl pulls his fucking pants down and his giant hog flops out. I'm like, you know what? That's good for you, buddy.
Oh, reveal compilations are some of my favorite though too.
Yeah. I like the shocked look on people's faces when they see a 14-inch dick is like poetry to me.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
nice.
a small dick might as well be lesbian porn.
Well, I mean, it's a giant clitoris basically at that
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
I'm with you there. I don't want to see just somebody getting pounded by like a fucking 16-inch dong. Like,
I don't pound off to it, but I do watch it.
yeah, well, I go.
Yeah, casually.
Just for the physics. Like if somebody sent me a video of a dolphin fucking a turtle, I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this for 3 hours.
Right.
I got to see how high I need to get for this, but
That's
just-
why I was at that donkey show that night in Mexico.
Right.
Science.
It's just more background noise than anything else.
Yeah. And the kids love it too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you got a small child out there and you're trying to put them to sleep, you can either give them the sounds of the ocean or Pornhub.
I have this CD from way back in the day, from the late '90s, and it's just people screaming in panic. And that's what I play every night before I go to sleep. And anytime I break up with a girl, I mail her a copy of that disc.
Yeah. And you say, hey, I want you to listen to this.
Yeah.
I want you to listen to this.
I just had some thoughts and I recorded them and I want you to hear them.
Yeah.
And it's just 6 hours of screaming. It's weird, man.
This is why you need to tune into the new Drinkin Bros sports channel. You're going to get magic like this 4 days out of the week. Giorgio's going to be doing the UFC fights on there. Hot Bob and Dirty Dan are going to be doing college basketball picks. How'd you guys do over the weekend, real quick?
I went about 500 on the live lines.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And then, but I made a couple dumb. Illinois really fucked me. They won their first 2 games by a combined 1,000 points, and so I took plus 15 on Ohio. I was like, who the fuck's Ohio? Like, they got it.
Right.
I don't know.
And Ohio took them to the wire.
My national championship pick, I went out on a limb. Said Gonzaga, the #1 team in the country.
Yep.
It's looking pretty good.
Yeah,
Shut up, dude. It's like week 2. Ravens Steelers got postponed to Wednesday. Just
Again?
now.
Jesus
To Wednesday?
Yeah.
Wednesday night football, though. That means there's going to be Wednesday night, Thursday night football. My wife's going to hate me, but I'm
it's
amped about that.
a little late for that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm super stoked that's going down. The NFL was fucking strange this weekend because, I mean, Jesus Christ, the Broncos thing was a mess. I bet the house on that, by the way. No quarterbacks. They tried to sign their coach to play quarterback, and then they got a guy from the practice squad.
I took a flyer when they went down 7-0, and the money line for the Denver Broncos was 20 to 1. Mm-hmm. I just put $20 on the Broncos.
You fucking dirtbag.
Because I mean, the Saints didn't look good.
No.
Those first few opening drives, they weren't great.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I think Homeboy only had 78 yards passing.
Right. Taysom.
Yeah. So that was a whole shit show all the way around. But yeah, they won by 30, so it was great. I enjoyed the shit out of it. The point spread was 17.5. I knocked that down to 11 and juiced up on that one. Mm-hmm. That was great. College basketball. Who do you guys got this week? Is there a game on tonight?
There's so many games on right now. Yeah.
Today.
Texas just survived Davidson.
Texas barely won that.
UNC plays tonight, but it's not a good game. I mean, you're not going to get a good. If you do live betting, you might get a good fucking.
UNC right now is laying 13.
Yeah,
laying 13 on mybookie.com.
I like the best line today is Auburn is a dog
to UCF. UCF's a
You're
1
kidding.
point favorite against Auburn.
Yeah, take.
Why? Where's it at?
It's neutral somewhere, I think, but
yeah, I think it's a tournament somewhere.
One of the preseasons.
Okay. What time's that game going on?
It's nighttime, I think.
I mean, there's games all day. Obviously, the Maui Invitational in North Carolina today.
Yeah, the Maui Invitational is not being played in Maui whatsoever. It is being played in North Carolina. However, the announcers have been wearing luau's or fucking, what do you call lays? Yeah, not luau's. They're wearing the whole fucking pig out there today.
Yeah, there's some people there, too, just wearing the same kind of get-up.
Are they really?
Yeah.
That's really fucking funny. And then obviously Walton is calling it, and he's out of his mind.
Even more so with COVID now.
Yeah, dude, because he's calling it from home. You know that, right? Yeah, he's calling the game from his house. Yeah, which is amazing. And he's got a fake backdrop and shit for him. It's really, really funny. I caught it before coming in today, and I was like, holy shit, I can't believe this is real. What time's that game tonight?
7:00.
7
Eastern, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boston College playing St. John's.
Tonight's not that great, but
it's okay.
the week is fucking nuts.
Are you guys taking Auburn?
I'm not going to fade my school.
I know you're not.
I'm taking Auburn.
Yeah.
I'm leaving Johnny Dawkins, all right?
No one knows who the fuck that is.
Johnny Dawkins?
No one knows.
Former Duke great, Johnny Dawkins?
The Johnny Dawkins?
A lot of people know who Johnny Dawkins is. It's not it's not obscure.
It is obscure.
He's
yes,
a name
in
basketball.
No.
Not a single person knows who Johnny Dawkins is.
That is so wrong.
No.
You are so wrong in so many.
No.
I'm putting the
obscure.
mic down. I'm silencing myself.
Yeah, you have to on that one. I was watching the Gonzaga game over the weekend. They looked really fucking good, by the way. One of the announcers said something I thought was interesting. He goes, they have the best 3 players in the country on the same team right now. The best 3 at their position are on the same team for Gonzaga right now. And, it was that Timmy guy.
Timmy, the wheelchair guy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wheelchair.
They also have a 5-star now. Gonzaga's never had a top 10 lottery pick before.
No.
Jalen Suggs,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they get a really good fucking team. I just look, they never win, so therefore I'm not picking them this year. I did watch my beloved Ohio State play. Obviously, they're 2-0. They looked good in the first game. They didn't cover in the second game, but they still won. These games are weird, man. There was anything with a huge spread. I put on. I took the points all weekend long and rolled on college basketball this weekend because I think with COVID, and this is what Dan and I learned early on at these football games, with no fans, you could be anywhere, man, at that point. So you're not going to have any home field advantage.
Yeah, I mean, San Francisco knocked off Virginia.
Yes. Yeah.
And they only got scheduled to play each other the day before. They had 12 hours to prepare.
12 hours to prepare.
Called each other up.
Kentucky lost. Who did it lose to?
Richmond. But
Richmond, yeah.
Richmond's real good.
Richmond's pretty good.
The Richmond Spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one I bet on was I bet on Villanova versus BC, and the spread was like 15 points, and I was like, dude, I'll take this.
BC covered.
Yeah, BC covered. So I was amped about it. But a lot of these games early on in the college basketball season, if it's two big schools like that and there's a huge point spread, I'd fucking put money on the points, man, in some of these games because, they haven't played yet, and they're not playing in front of fans, so it's kind of, I mean, it really feels like a fucking scrimmage.
Even before COVID, I feel like the last 3 or 4 years of college basketball, it's been very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like you haven't seen a team go wire to wire and dominate in the men's game. Actually, for a very long time.
Right.
I don't remember the last time it happened, really.
No.
It's like Kentucky in 15?
Maybe, yeah.
When they should have won it all, gone
But
undefeated.
what did they go?
Lost
32-2 or 32?
No. They
One-
one loss to Wisconsin.
in the Final 4.
32-1.
They lost to Kaminsky. They lost to
Yeah.
Sam Decker.
Handed
And then
a,
that team lost to
handed a soft ass
Duke.
Duke team a national championship.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been weird the last half decade or so in college basketball. You don't see any. I mean, it's not weird, I guess. Now that you only have to stay 1 year, there's not going to be any more dynasties there.
No.
It's just not possible.
No.
To get, even if you have all 5-star recruits, I mean, who knows how many of them are actually going to work out and whether they can work together in just 1 year.
Yeah.
Probably not likely.
Somebody in the boards, by the way, Nico the Greco was like, dude, Ross was like Fred Durst this weekend, just rolling. Dude, I fucking destroyed an NFL yesterday. I'm going to miss 2 games. The reason why I'm wearing this Falcons shirt today, I said I would never wear this. I actually bet against the Falcons. And they decided to beat the Raiders by 40 points. At home, the spread was 3 points on that. Julio Jones didn't play.
No.
Todd Gurley didn't play.
No, so if you're one of those Raiders fans out there that thought you were legit,
Boy.
Kurt McGirt,
Yeah.
piece of shit, you're wrong.
It's
They
a 6-5
suck.
team, man. They're fucking awful. And like, I'm going to say this again in case it is not clear to you.
They're not as bad as the Cowboys, though.
No, Cowboys are.
It's really funny.
I
watched that game. I didn't bet on that game, but I watched it
took
and
the
I
Redskins.
laughed the whole goddamn time. Oh, no, I did. I took the Redskins. It was +3 when I took it.
Correct.
And they won by, what, 30?
And I
Yeah,
took
they
it
were
25.
down 4 in the fourth quarter, and they have that fake fucking punt where they go 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage to get 10.
And the beauty is the over was nowhere in sight, and then they scored 2 touchdowns in like 90 seconds towards the end, and it was great. So I went across the board. I took a 6-point teaser on both of those. Also, the MyBookie game of the week, the free turkey game for $250 that Dan and I picked. We went all in on the Texans, and that was a fucking laugher, dude.
Yeah.
Detroit didn't look like they decided to play or even show up at that game. Will Fuller 5 had 9,000 yards receiving in that game, and it was awesome. Everybody won money off of
Not
that.
as many as Tyreek Hill had.
Oh, my God.
By the
dude.
way, number 1 and 2 in the league in receiving yards is Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce right now.
Yeah. And again,
Very curious.
really want to be clear about this. I know we've said it 1,000 times. The Kansas City Chiefs, when they decide to play, are the very best team on the planet. The problem is they don't really decide to play that much. They will win the game, but they're not covering spreads. And yet again, man, they didn't cover yesterday, and it fucking boned me. I got them in that 6-point teaser, and I'm 1 game away tonight. It's Seattle Seahawks again for some fucking reason, man. This will be my 6th 5-game teaser or more that I've won this year. I never was a teaser guy. I never bet that shit. The audience, you guys asked for it. I started doing it, and this will be my 6th win if Seattle wins tonight.
So hedge.
Yeah, and well, here's the thing. So with that 6 points, it's a pick'em game tonight. So all Seattle has to do is win.
All right, so take the Eagles plus whatever they are, like plus 200 or whatever.
Everybody says to hedge. I don't hedge. I don't do it. I'm sorry, man. I'm all in. My payoff is $17.50 tonight on that fucking teaser too. So, fuck off. Let's go the fucking filthy Seahawks. Let's do it. Let's get those wins.
I ended up taking the Buccaneers, I think, plus what was
Four.
it? 4.
It was 4 points, and they covered. There was a last-minute touchdown by Brady that covered.
I thought they might win. That's the kind of game that
Chiefs smoked them.
The Chiefs have a problem with sometimes.
They smoke them.
The Bucs have the best run defense in the league right now, I think.
I was playing Mahomes in fantasy, and I looked at his halftime stats. Do you know what halftime? Mahomes had 369 yards passing at halftime. He could have had 750 if they decided to play.
I mean,
they just
pretty much
stopped.
all the Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. He had what, 270 or something like that? Like
the first quarter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
270, yeah.
it was fucking insane. 13 catches. I mean, it was disgusting. And like, Chiefs were the Chiefs again. They stopped playing in the second half. I don't think they scored a point in the second half.
They scored 1 touchdown in the second half.
Jesus Christ, man. Those guys can win by 60 every game. And Kurt, there was a bunch of Raiders fans who were so pissed off at me. The Raiders are black, man. We beat the Chiefs, and we kept it close in the second one. The Chiefs don't play. Like, they just don't. They decide not to play. When they want to play, they can drop 60 on you, and that's it. Like, the end of the first half, they were fucking blowing out Tom Brady, and they just were like, well, we're done.
Yeah.
We're all good here.
I mean, Brady is, he looks old.
He looks old.
Yeah.
He looks like Biden. Speaking of which, Biden went down this weekend.
He's on
lost an ankle to a dog. His dog, man.
He's day to day right now. I mean. That's almost as bad as George W. Bush almost dying from eating pretzels.
I know. I remember choking on that pretzel.
Yeah, like, come on, man. You're the president of the goddamn United States.
Yeah.
You're a veteran and a veteran cocaine user. You should know how to keep yourself alive.
Easily.
If you made it through the 70s with a coke habit, you should be able to live through anything at this point.
Yeah.
Coke was real back then.
So if you're eating pretzels at home, you might want to wash them down with some KillcliffCBD.com. Put a little CBD inside that body of yours. Look, man, a lot of people are just off for the holidays. I mean, people are just fucking done, dude. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, shit, it's strange, man. I've been talking to people, and they were like, yeah, my boss just gave me off after Thanksgiving. I mean, we're going to Zoom it the rest of the way.
We're getting really close to how a lot of European countries
operate.
Like they have 6 weeks of paid vacation a year, typically.
Who's paying for that, though, Dan?
You are. Like, it's such a fucking stupid thing. I give you 10% more of my money throughout the year, and I get another 2 weeks off.
Oof.
Basically, like, no, I'm good, man. I'll keep my money and I'll buy my time off.
Yeah.
But not from you. I shouldn't have to buy my time off from the fucking government.
Exactly.
Whatever.
But go to KillcliffCBD.com if you're home, man. And it's 25 milligrams of CBD. You pop that in some vodka, you're good to go. There's no THC in there, so you will not piss hot. If you're out there taking a drug test at home, 4 amazing flavors. The grape is my favorite, but I get the variety pack. I just sent some to actually Lloyd Burke, so that should be on the way. Sent you a variety pack of Kill Cliff CBD, 25 milligrams in every single can. They're our chief sponsor for the sports show, so when we move over to the new RSS feed and the new channel, Drinkin Bros Sports, they're our lead sponsor on that one as well. All of the shows are brought to you by KillcliffCBD.com. Go there and use the promo code Drinkin Bros for 20% off. I think is the 30 still going? Or is it back to 20?
It's 30% off right now.
Ooh, 30% off and free shipping. Get it now for the holidays. It is the fucking best, dude.
Yeah.
And it'll get you through the holidays.
I've been taking drug tests pretty regularly lately.
Have you?
Just so I could remember what I've been on recently. Like, you know how you wake up the day after a blackout? You're like a detective. You're trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
To me, that's become better than watching like reality TV and shit.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what happened to me yesterday.
Yeah.
So drug test. I look back through my texts and DMs to see who I've been talking to, where I may have been. You can track your location and stuff. Oh shit, I was there. Fuck. I don't know. Some dude DM'd me the other day. And I met him over at Native, right? But I had actually met him before. I didn't tell him this, but I remember his face from before. You know, me with my dumb Rain Man brain.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, it was great to meet you. I'm like, you're going to have to remind me where I met you. Your face looks familiar, but I'm I'm on drugs. So I don't know. It seemed like he was a little off-put by that, to be honest.
I'm going to be honest, man. You look great.
Well,
and
that's
you're
nothing new.
on drugs like all the time. So maybe that is the answer. Because I went full Thanksgiving and Thanksgivinged out, probably easily +8 on that scale.
I ate Chinese food and did MDMA on Thanksgiving.
Did you really?
Yeah. And watched Game of Thrones well, Game of Thrones and Impractical Jokers all day.
Which season?
Yeah.
Which season of what?
Game of Thrones.
Well, I started at season 1 last week sometime.
Oh,
and
so you restarted the whole thing.
I'm in season 6 now.
Oh, nice.
So I've
And you've
not-
never seen it, or you have seen
Yeah,
it?
of course I've seen it.
I don't know how you can go back and watch it with the ending being that shitty.
Well, you know, I watch up until like the midway point of that last season and then stop.
And then stop
But
it.
luckily, since I've been on drugs the whole time, I won't remember any of it.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah.
Go to killcliffcbd.com today again for our lead sponsor of the sports show. Next up is mybookie.com. All of our bets are on mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your deposits. They had a fucking fun, just free $250 Turkey Day bet. It was that Texans Lions. Congratulations. We gave that one to you and we won it. My bookie was probably not happy about it. I've not heard from them this morning, but whatever, man. People were new to the site and they were just hammering the fucking Texans, and then everybody won. I'm sure they were not stoked about that.
Well,
Everybody about the fucking Texans.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure they're fine. But go to mybookie.com, promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your deposit, and let's face it, we're going to be betting on all of the games with this the rest of the year, and I'm just not going to stop. I'm going to bet that Auburn game as soon as we get off the air, by the way, just to do it. And look, I've got that Seahawks game tonight too, man. I've got this. So not only do I have the Seahawks in that teaser, but I also have another 6-point teaser where I've got the Seahawks, and then as a pick'em. And then I took the under down also 6 points because I think Seattle's going to score a shit ton of points tonight. It's my guess. It's your Eagles, dude.
I know. I just took the under 49.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
for the game.
Yeah. And then last but not least, ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. You can get all your mattress needs, sheets, pillows, adjustable bases, everything there at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Everything is 30% off. That is for everybody right now. And look, they got a pay-as-you-go program, no interest, 36-month, no interest on that. So all of these deals are applicable with that. Go bug fuck, dude. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. If you're stuck inside, man, you might as well be stuck inside in comfort, having sex in a nice bed, being polite about it.
And again, if you can prove you conceived your child on a
Yep.
ghost bed, I'll buy you a new one.
And Dan wants the video of that, of the conception of it.
It'll have to
and
be
then-
a video, yeah.
Yes, and then the
I
crowning.
need you like the same as a porn. Like at the beginning of it, you have to hold up your ID, say your name and who you are,
Yeah.
your date of birth and all that shit. And then I want some kind of low-level background check because I like to get to know the people that I'm watching.
Obviously.
You know what I mean?
Obviously. But
I don't think it's that creepy. Anytime I meet a new person, I immediately go to the internet and look up all this shit about them, and then I forget that I looked it up.
Yeah.
And then I'll say it to them in person, like, hey, how's your fucking great aunt doing that has cancer? They're like, wow, why do you know that? I'm
Yeah.
like, well,
I know everything about you.
yeah, sorry.
But I think,
Hashtag you.
me personally, so when Dan says he wants to see the conception video, you need to have, they've got to be fucking. You need to see that
Yeah.
video, and then
Yeah.
they've got to be crowning. So it's from fuck to crown.
Yeah, I've got to
on a
see
ghost
the
bed.
cream pie, and I've got to see the baby's head coming out.
Correct. And then you'll get a free mattress.
Yep.
So if you're out there, yes, is it a 9-month type of deal? It is, but it's well worth it. Like you get a free mattress and 2 free pillows with that. If you can show Dan the video of from fucking to crowning.
Yeah, and if you want just like to send me videos of you guys banging, that's fine too. It doesn't have to be for any kind of reward. I just want to see it.
He's a big fan of that. And then you can send those into Drinkin Bros Sports, which is the new Instagram feed as well for the new show. Over the weekend here, kids, we had the Broncos game, which was a fucking mess. Ohio State got canceled, which was a fucking mess.
Tom Brown, no, don't fucking send me a video of you jacking off because I will come to your house and beat you to death.
Yeah, no need for
Unless you've got a special dick of some sort.
that. Huh?
Like if it's
Like a hard curve?
Yeah, if there's like a 40-degree curve or something like
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
where you're
A
like
hook?
you're having to do this when you jerk. I mean, look, your triceps are probably huge if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Doing that whole motion the whole time, or whichever way.
It's the Hoffman dick, the Dustin Hoffman dick.
Oh,
It's
does
the
he
Captain
got a
Hook.
Does he got a curved dick?
No,
he was Captain
He
Hook.
was
Yeah,
Captain
okay.
Hook. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give him a shout out. Obviously, like that was a very, very great role
Rain
of
Man.
his.
That's 2 shout-outs in one show for him.
That's true. But yeah, over the weekend, dude, Ohio State didn't play. A lot of people are asking. This was the biggest question we got on Drinkin Bros Sports, the Facebook group this weekend. Is does Ohio State deserve to play in the CFP if they don't play 2 more games here? And
Yes.
So you're saying yes. Let's go around the horn here. Let's go to Hot Bob.
No, I don't think so. And I think he's saying yes because he's afraid Cincinnati's going to be the first AAC team in instead of his boys.
Well, are they playing each other in the championship? How does that work?
What do you mean?
Cincinnati.
In the American Conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna play probably Tulsa.
Oh, Tulsa.
Yeah, Tulsa's
Yeesh.
Yeah,
5-1
Wow.
because we're in the same division as Cincinnati.
Gotcha,
so.
gotcha. So everybody was hitting me up. Obviously, I'm an Ohio State guy. I make no secret of that. Sometimes I talk about it too much. But with that, look, man, it's COVID. It's a weird year. They're clearly one of the best 4 teams in the country. But I don't know how you put it. If they don't play the next 2 weeks, so that you would nuke out Michigan State. You would nuke out Michigan. Both those teams are terrible anyways. But I definitely want to see them beat the shit out of Michigan and then retire Harbaugh after that. Like, that would be a great, just as an Ohio State fan, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, what if they lose and Harbaugh just like jogs out to the 50-yard line and slowly takes off his khakis and his underoos, his fucking tighty whities, folds them up and leaves them there, and then salutes them and just walks off the fucking field?
It is at Ohio State.
That'd be the best thing that ever happened.
It would be the greatest
honestly.
thing
And he
of
just
all
walking
time.
out with his fucking polo shirt on, but his dick and balls hanging out.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be cold in Ohio.
Freezing. It'll be free. That game's like December 12th in Columbus. But I'm kind of with you guys. Like, dude, if you only play 4 or 5 games, I don't know that that's enough.
Yeah, but
it's not
are we like totally set on the playoffs being end of December, early January? Why can't we just push that back?
So January it is set, and they currently have those dates set because it's to my knowledge, it's New Year's Eve that the first set of games are, and then the next ones are like 10 days later. So could they push it? Yes, but like the bigger issue is if you want to push somebody like Ohio State. Because the SEC is done, and they started on time. They're able to make up these games. Apologize to LSU fans out there, but that Alabama game did get rescheduled. I know you were hoping that was going to get canceled, but that actually got rescheduled, so you're going to get stomped by Alabama. But with Ohio State, you start, adding these games, you're on Christmas Day, and then the playoffs are a week later. Like, they fucked themselves by not starting early in that whole Kevin Warren bullshit. So, if you're only at 4 games, I don't know how you put them in there. Me personally.
So A&M's just gonna slide in, probably, because they won't play in the conference
Or
championship.
Cincinnati, man. I mean, look, Cincinnati could be 12 or 13-0. Now,
I think since he gets in over A&M.
I think so too. I think so too. And like but the one thing that I was like, some Cincinnati fans were bitching at me in Drinkin Bros Sports about it, and I said they were like, "Yeah, man, fuck Ohio State or whatever." And I was like, "Cool, pull up the 2019 game from last year because Cincinnati played them, and it was 42-0. Ohio State beat the fuck out of them, and it's like that's why."
Pretty
they will-
similar team too.
Yes,
so, like,
it's identical.
it's not
I
like
don't know.
It changed a whole lot.
If I'm looking at this board right now, A&M could get in, but Florida and Cincinnati and BYU are right behind them. I don't think any of these other teams are good enough. But
well, BYU is what 14 now in so the college football playoff.
BYU
rankings,
is 8th right now.
No, college football playoff rankings.
Oh yeah,
14.
CP ranking, yeah.
So that's what matters.
Yeah, it is. And like, dude, and then the other question I got besides that was, after Ohio State, do they deserve to be in the playoffs with 4 or 5 games? No, in my opinion, they don't. The other one was, do I agree with the current CFP rankings that just came out that have Ohio State at 4, even though they're undefeated? Yes, I do. We had a bet over the weekend on North Carolina. That North Carolina Notre Dame game was great, by the way. I enjoyed the shit out of that.
Until it wasn't.
Well, I mean, look, it came down to the last 7 minutes.
The over looked so good in that first quarter.
No, it looked great, and then they tightened up. I will say this. So I lost a bet to the listeners that I had to dress up my child. And his first uniform would be Notre Dame. And because I was positive that North Carolina was going to beat them, and they looked really fucking good. And then Notre Dame came back at the end. Watching that game, Notre Dame fans, I will say this: it is a different team. You guys finally look gritty. And hey, man. They beat Clemson, and I know it was with a backup quarterback, but they beat North Carolina.
Well, it doesn't really matter. They're definitely a much improved team from the last couple of years, and they're not
going to win the national championship. But they're an entertaining team to watch.
They're going to be in the CFP for sure. I think Clemson's going to beat them, and both of those teams go to the CFP.
Yeah, they're already locked.
Yeah, I think they're locked in. So if you're a Notre Dame fan, you're in.
I can't see A&M getting in.
I can't either.
I could see Florida or Cincinnati maybe.
So if Alabama wins the SEC, A&M would only have one. Say they run the table,
right?
I guess they already played all their games, so they would have one loss to Alabama. They wouldn't have played in the SEC championship game.
Yep,
so
they're out.
It could have been that situation. Alabama a few years ago didn't play in the SEC championship game, but still got into the playoff.
Right.
Yeah, I think they did it twice.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Look, the CFP loves fucking Alabama, whatever, man. But I think you got to watch out for Florida. So Florida, because they've got one loss. If they somehow beat Alabama in that title game,
no way.
That's probably that. But if they do, I don't think they're going to win either. But if they do, you probably got to slot them in at 4.
No, it'll probably be Cincinnati. I mean, just looking at the board right now in the remaining games, I don't see how anybody can overtake them. A&M's only got 6 games on the season.
If Florida beats Alabama in the SEC championship,
if Florida beats Alabama, it should be Alabama, Florida, Notre Dame, and Clemson in the CFP.
I agree. If Ohio State doesn't end up playing these last couple of games, and we don't know right now.
Well, it doesn't look good.
There was word that they might try to schedule a shadow Big Ten Conference championship game between Ohio State and Wisconsin because neither of them would have had enough games to
that'd be great.
To qualify.
Yeah, I'm in for that. Fuck yeah, dude.
It would be either the day before or the same day of the actual Big Ten championship. So it'd be like their own little counter protest game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That'd be funny, man. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Look, they started too late, and they don't deserve it, in my opinion. But if they end up playing out Michigan State and Michigan and then winning the Big Ten championship, that's enough games, and they'll probably be in, right? The bigger issue, though, for all of this is whether or not it actually happens. I had heard, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but I know some people within the Ohio State program, and they're not saying who has COVID, who doesn't, and they were clearly trying to cover this up to play this weekend, and they were this close, and somebody got popped. I got a text message at 3 a.m. that night on Friday, before that 11 o'clock game. That's, hey man, Ryan Day came out. The coach had COVID first, and then after that, a bunch of the players had it. They're not saying who. Which I thought you had to release who that is.
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a HIPAA violation, isn't it?
I think so. I'm not really sure.
I believe you would have to have consent from the individual to release that news.
Yeah,
and
so
they're young. So
they're young, and it's like, dude, what do you do at that point? But Ohio State was clearly trying to cover that up and play that game, which I love. I love that. Like, I think every school should do it. Like, fuck it. And then breaking news here. Indiana, who I bet on this weekend, their quarterback, that Michael Penix. I just like his name, Penix, dude. Just a nice hard Penix. For the number 12 Hoosiers, tore his ACL and is done for the year. So that is it for them. It was a fun run for them, but that will be all it. And yeah, man, I bet on that game. It was 27-11 against Maryland. That was an easy one for me. It was -10 on that one. I took that one to the house. I had a great fucking weekend this weekend. If the Seahawks win tonight, Jesus Christ, I will win over $3 or $4 grand this weekend. So look at me. Look at me in my big boy boots. Look at me in my big boy boots, just betting on games, doing it. So I'm amped about that. And then I don't know if we'll finish this season, though. This NFL shit, man, with the fucking COVID and everything.
Yeah.
What are we doing? The Broncos didn't have any fucking quarterbacks. They didn't play. Now this game has been moved to Wednesday.
That whole game had a total of 25 passing attempts.
Yes.
Both teams combined, 25 passing attempts.
Yeah.
Attempts, not completions, attempts. Kendall Hinton, who played quarterback for the Broncos, was 1 of 9.
Yep.
And for 13 yards.
Yes, he was.
He had 2 interceptions.
I don't know how. What's the least amount of yards thrown for in a game ever? Because that's got to be pretty goddamn close, right?
It's got to be that.
It's got to be that.
And they also only had 33 yards or 100 yards rushing. So total yards in the game, they had 112 total yards.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Hey, look up the spread for this Ravens game against the Steelers, because what do you do in this? Lamar Jackson is out. He's got COVID. All the running backs have COVID.
So is it RG3?
It's going to be RG3 starting, and then the running backs, Dobbins, Ingram, and then the other guy. So they don't have any running backs.
Here's my
game.
prediction. RG3 is going to show out, have a great game. He's going to get a 1-year deal sometime next year, and then he's going to flop horribly, just like Matt Flynn going from the Packers to the fucking
He's too
Seahawks.
The line is 10
telling
and
you.
a half.
It's 10.5?
Steelers 10.5 points.
Oh, that's right. James Conner, the running back for Pittsburgh, also tested positive for COVID, so he's out for this game.
Yeah,
Man.
I think they're more concerned about Lamar though.
Yeah, I agree. I'll totally take this on Wednesday. This is a junky bet, dude, on a Wednesday night.
I don't know about 10. I mean, what's the impetus to score that much if you're Pittsburgh? You know the other team's hurt, and the only if you're a fighter and you're trying to fight somebody that's hurt, you play your game still, right?
Yeah.
Like if you come out of the gate and start taking wild punches because the guy's injured and stuff like that, that's how you get up kicked in the fucking face and get knocked out when the guy's in his guard. I think Pittsburgh plays this game straight up, and it's a closer game than 10 points. I'm not going to bet this.
Ooh, look, a lot of people said that about that Denver game, and I took it.
No, that was
you bet
stupid.
This motherfucker
You
bet
can't
on Denver.
not have a
Yeah.
goddamn quarterback.
Yeah.
Why did you bet on Denver?
Because I figured, Wildcat. Who knows?
This isn't
No.
college, my man.
No.
The linebackers run for 440s.
I know.
In the NFL.
It was
That's the
20 to
difference.
1. It was worth $20.
The Saints have a really good defense too, and
And Denver's got a decent defense, but they just
Yeah. Well, look, when you're on the field every single they punted they didn't get a first down until the third quarter.
Right.
It was fun to watch, but man, I mean, fun to watch as in like point spread wise, like holy shit. I can't
Denver
believe
had
they're gonna do
6
this.
first downs in the entire game.
Did they really?
6.
Dan, I couldn't find exactly what you were asking for, but I do have a list of all the 0 passer ratings in NFL history.
Wow.
And I've even put this up here.
Peyton
Denver
Manning, wow.
Denver showed up recently. Yeah, Peyton Manning. Both Mannings are on here.
Really?
Yeah, Eli, 2004 was 4 for 18.
It's weird to see Ryan Leaf on that list.
Ruben Schneider said -7 yards is the fewest yards ever thrown for in a game.
That's great.
That was amazing. Yeah. Fantasy football wise, by the way, I want to chat about that. I have never, ever prayed for a fantasy football season to end. This is the one, though, that I'm all done with this. I can't keep one guy on the field.
I think I'm 9-2.
Trying to keep up with COVID. All of my players, like Lamar Jackson's out this week.
Yeah.
They've been injured, COVID, something's fucked up. Like, you have to live and die by your fantasy roster. If you have multiple teams this year in fantasy football, good luck, man. It's been impossible this year.
I've got no real injuries to speak of, other than I guess Julio Jones has been out quite a bit.
Yeah.
3 or 4 games, but it's Zeke for me. He's been shit
Plus.
all year. 2.9 points this year. My number 3 pick, the number 3 pick in our draft, 2.9 points this week. So
Dude, if you
untenable.
If you had a top 3 choice this year, which I did in half my leagues because I won, and that's the deal. You get the first pick in the new draft, right? I took Christian McCaffrey in every single draft. He has played 2 games this year. The second one was Saquon Barkley, went number 2 in a lot of leagues. Torn ACL week 2, he was done. Zeke Elliott went 3 in this draft this year. He has been absolutely fucking miserable this year. And I'm not sure who the 4th slot was, but a lot of people who took Mahomes in the first round, they're doing fine.
Yeah, he does all right.
Doing fine.
Does all right.
Kreger Stileski wanted to say that the Dolphins got the W this weekend. Yes, they did, but they're awful. They're an awful football team.
Fins up.
They're going to the football.
up.
Hey, they're going to the playoffs. They're going to the playoffs. What are they? 8-4?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're making the playoffs.
Yeah, they're making the playoffs. Browns are the worst 8-3 football team I've ever seen in my life, by the way. Still didn't cover against the Jaguars. And the Jaguars are now putting in quarterbacks that don't play so they can throw the league. Because there's no reason they shouldn't be starting Minshew. They started Mike Glennon this week. which I didn't know he was still playing.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy that looks like a giraffe. Can you put a picture of Mike Glennon up on the screen? He has the longest neck I've
former
ever
Tampa
seen.
Bay Buck great. Mike Glennon.
He looks like the guy who played Jason, like when you take off the mask and you're like, oh,
wow.
Look at how long his neck is. Can you go full screen with that?
Yeah, that's upsetting.
Oh my God, look at how long his neck is. I'm surprised he's never had like a serious neck injury in the NFL.
Well, he's probably like a giraffe. They got really strong necks.
Look at that thing. My God, man. I mean, he's eating leaves from the top of your trees, like at your barbecue. Yeah, go full screen with that neck. Look at that thing. My God. Are you allowed to put that on the YouTube? Yeah, there it is. Look at the length of that neck.
I wonder if he gets asked to look over things for people a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Like over people's fences and shit.
Yeah.
Around corners, yeah.
Maybe he was the guy from Home Improvement on the other side of that fence.
It's get real Slender Man vibes from him.
Very, very
A
slim.
couple teenage girls are gonna stab a friend. because
God,
of
he's
this guy.
6'7". Jesus
He's
Christ.
6'7", yeah, and he looks like like when he shaves, he looks like the guy who played Jason, like underneath it, Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th. Because look at him without a beard. There's people who grow beards later in life because they're like, oh man, my fucking face looks weird. Donald Trump Jr. is one of them because he lost his chin and he grew a beard and he looks fine with the beard. But if you look at Mike Glennon pre-beard, there it is. Oof, look at that. Look at that white man.
He looks like a long baby.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Like somebody took a baby
Not
and
that
just
one,
stretched out.
the white one next to it. There you go, that one, yep.
Oh,
look at
that's,
that.
Yeah.
Put that up on the screen. I think he put on some sunscreen there because of that Tampa Bay. He was down in Tampa Bay for a while. Look at that fucking guy. Wow. What if you came home and that guy was just fucking your wife? And you just saw that neck peeking out of the...
Again, I would at least watch before I pass judgment. I mean, I'm not going to miss the show because I'm mad. Right? Let it happen. I mean, it's good. The end is going to be the same either way. So I may as well enjoy this while it's happening. I don't know what your fucking problem is. Are you saying, wait, what's going on here?
Oh, that's a beautiful one, man.
Benjamin Love is
look
saying
at that
Fuller
neck. Oh,
is
that's
gone
nice.
for the year, like Will Fuller 5 is out for the year.
Will Fuller 5 suspended for 6 weeks for steroids.
Oh, shit.
Man, that's huge news. But look, let's face it, Houston wasn't going anywhere anyways. He was having a great fucking year, though.
Yeah, he actually played all the games.
I know. It's the first time ever. Usually he goes down with a hamstring injury, and you never see that guy.
Probably because of steroids.
Yeah. You got to take steroids at some
So all
point.
he needed was steroids to stay healthy and play football, and we can't let him do steroids.
No.
Imagine that. Imagine you're in your workplace, like here, what we do, and I'm not allowed to smoke weed, drink, and take Adderall all day. Don't you want to see the best?
Yes, I
You
do.
want to see the best possible thing that can happen.
Yep.
So let's biohack the fuck out of these dudes, and then throw them in an arena and let them fight to the death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is what white people do. By the way.
Yes, dude.
We take even people that look exactly like us, but they don't have the same last name, and throw them in an arena and make them fight to the death for our amusement.
Yeah.
Where did that go?
Yeah.
When I talk about I miss the good old days, it's not segregation or Jim Crow. I want to put people into a fucking arena and watch them fight to the death. I don't understand.
So do I.
Like, there's so many people on death row. It's like that Gamer, or that movie Gamer with whatever, Gerard Butler.
Yeah. G-butts.
Yeah, you fucking win enough competitions and you get out.
Yeah. By the way, that guy just slays pussy in real life.
I'm sure, yeah.
That's crazy how much G-butts gets, dude. Women line up for that dude. I've never seen anything like it. I saw him one night at a bar in L.A. He was in and out in less than 8 minutes. It was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. And we were the only 2 people in there, which was super fucked up.
He didn't even get a nap.
Dude. We were the only 2 people in there, man. And I walked in, and it's me and G-butts just cozied up at the bar. I was waiting to meet somebody like for drinks, and they were like 20 minutes late. Classic LA shit. And this hot ass girl walked in. She walked over to him, sat down, was just, "Are you Gerard Butler?" And he's like, "Yeah, I am." I don't like. He ordered a drink. They didn't even drink it, and he walked out of there and just boned this girl. It was the greatest thing of all time.
Did you get to watch him have sex?
And I'm by myself. Well, here's the thing. I didn't get to watch him bone, obviously. But here's the beauty is since it was just me, I had no one else to talk to except for the bartender. So I go, "Hey, man." Did you see G-Butts? He's fucking, and he was like, yeah, she didn't even drink the drink. I was like, it's amazing. The guy, the power of G-Butts is crazy.
You know, he actually won an award at the Yoga Awards for the worst foreign actor twice in 1 year. For Law Abiding Citizen and The Bounty Hunter. Like twice in 1 year, he won an award for the best foreign actor. Or worst foreign actor.
There was a stretch of time where I just kept running into him in the weirdest places. Like I ran into him in New York, and he was staying at the same hotel as me. And I got in the elevator, and he was in the elevator, and I was like, oh fuck, there's G-Butts again, you know? The most hungover I've ever seen a human being in my life. That guy goes fucking hard.
He likes to say that he doesn't drink in interviews. But that's kind of like that's like Alex Jones telling us he's not drinking. And we're like, come on, man. We're all drunk already. We know what it smells like.
G-Butts goes fucking hard.
Well,
dude.
good for him. He's had a good life.
He has, man. 300
is
now.
a good movie.
P.S. I love you.
No.
Big fan.
No.
Big fan.
Great movie.
Look, kids, follow us on Drinkin Bros Sports on YouTube. Subscribe to that on YouTube, and then subscribe to the new podcast feed for Drinkin Bros Sports. iTunes, Spotify, we are everywhere.
Yeah, and if you got any sex tapes, go ahead and send those into my email, please.
Or do you want that to @Dan Holloway on Instagram?
Either way, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Drinkin Bros Sports, that Instagram feed is now live. Did you guys tap into that yet?
Just tap it in.
Yeah, did you guys tap into that?
Did you post that meme?
Yeah.
Rob? Yeah, we posted a meme about Tom Herman.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, is he Tom Herman's not coaching anymore. I was at that game on Saturday. Friday. I took my son. It was an early game too. It's weird being in Texas, man, because those games are at 11 a.m. So I took my son, who was 6, to that game just to see it. It was raining, but due to COVID, you can just kind of sit wherever you want. DrinkinBrosTickets.com is where I got those tickets at, but you can sit wherever you want. So we just went and sat underneath the underhang, and they lost again. And all I kept thinking was, man, Urban Meyer's going to come running out of that tunnel next year.
Yeah, lost and lost literally on Tom Herman decision making.
Yeah, literally had the lead with 4 minutes left and decided, you know what? We're gonna throw the ball twice, go 3 and out, not waste any clock. We need to save the clock so when we get the ball back when we're down,
Yeah.
we'll have a chance.
When I inevitably fuck this up horribly. And he also went for it on 4th and 1 at like the 10-yard line instead of taking the points when he was up.
It was the craziest shit of all time.
It was fucking bananas. Yeah. It made no sense.
Shotgun, Sammy has to run 6 yards to get a 4th and 1.
Yeah, but if you're out there and you're thinking about going to a game, by the way, with the COVID shit, just buy it at like the cheapest ticket.
Yeah.
Go to DrinkinBrosTickets.com. Just buy the cheapest ticket, and then you can literally sit wherever you want. Like, they don't check your tickets. They don't care. As long as you're wearing one of those bullshit masks, you can do whatever you want and just kind of go wherever. And there was this fucking girl from Texas. Goddamn it! I just described to my child why this girl was wearing a full-length leotard thong, which I haven't seen since
What
like
does
the
that
80s.
mean? A full length, like
Snap-on. So it goes all the way up to the top, right?
unitard.
Yeah. It's a unitard, right? But it was in the back of it was a thong type concoction.
So he saw her butthole, is what you're saying?
Yes, and she was wearing jeans, and like because it was cold, it was fucking cold and rainy. She clearly had like jeans in the car that were kind of ill-fitting, you know,
Right.
And put those on. And then that's the one right there. Are we allowed to post that? Whatever. We're already shadow banned on YouTube anyway. So
I'm
fuck
actually
it, but-
watching Gavin Newsom COVID briefing right now.
Oof,
Not
God.
for him. I'm reading the comments. Why does Newsom always sound like he just smoked a full pack of cigarettes right before each briefing?
He probably has, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. But yeah, so she was wearing a full, unitard tongue. And did I just come up with tard tongue? You can go ahead and patent that one.
I think it's already canceled.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was the burnt orange, and she was like hook 'em horns. There was, the only thing you can't do is sit in sections that have no people. They tell you like, hey man, just you can sit anywhere else, just don't sit in the sections without people. She was wasted by herself. I don't know who she was meeting or what the fuck was going on. She told this cop to go fuck himself, and
Did she get tased?
it got real close, man. Finally, they shuffled her over to another section, but the cardboard cutouts are still up in all of these stadiums.
I enjoyed the cardboard cutouts from the dog show this weekend because it was all dogs.
It was all dogs.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why even do that shit? Like, how? I'm genuinely curious how much money they make off doing that stupid ass dog show.
Boy,
It's got to be a lot of money.
It is, man.
Otherwise,
It is.
they wouldn't do it,
We
but-
can bet on it too. Next time we'll bet on it on MyBookie. Next time it pops up. But yeah, subscribe to the news show. We'll have 4 shows there a week. We'll split up. College will be its own show. College football. We'll be doing all the odds for that. NFL, we'll be doing all the odds for that on that show as well. College basketball will be hosted by these guys. And then a UFC show with Papa Giorgio. And then we're talking to Eric Tanzi later on this evening about doing a tailgating show for food because that has been massive. And every single live show we go to, well, pre-COVID, we used to give out a gift for the best tailgate food.
Yep.
Man, he should probably have Tony Tamparello on there for that muffalata.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's still the best one of all time. And then, dude, Richard Danoff.
He's got a good one too. Yeah.
Big Dick Danoff makes that moonshine, dude. That
Yeah,
apple
the
pie
yeah.
moonshine.
And the Philly crew has really good shit too.
Philly Crew's got great shit.
They always have a
and,
whole fucking barbecue set up.
Yeah. Yeah.
From breakfast to fucking lunch, basically.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And so I think like I'd love to have a whole show on that and where everybody sends in their recipes and then we'll have those guys make it live on air.
Yeah.
And that'll be fun, man, to give some shouts out. So that's what that channel is going to be about. And it launches tonight at 8 p.m. I know we're going live off of YouTube right now, but you will see that everywhere. And then one of the first shows out will be Jim McMahon, the quarterback for the 85 Bears.
Yep. It was a good interview. He's super into Donnie and Marie. That's all I really remember from the episode. Towards the end of the show, Ross made so many Donnie and Marie jokes. That
boy.
He finally lost it and started breaking down. It was pretty funny.
He broke on camera and it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I have headphones on, so I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you. So that show will be out tonight, and then some of the classic interviews will be up. So subscribe to Drinkin Bros sports podcast, and let's see if we can overtake Barstool. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and if you look on when's the iTunes feed going up?
It's live now.
It's live now. So are we publishing all those episodes tonight?
Correct.
So tonight we're going to publish a lot of episodes to help get us on the charts. The best thing you can do, one, is download all the episodes we release on whatever platform it is tonight, and then go on iTunes and review and rate everything. If it happens in the same day that media gets published, you get a bonus for that, basically.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Subscribe, unsubscribe, subscribe again.
Subscribe again, and it'll just keep pushing you up the charts. So we greatly appreciate it. You're standing off camera. Are you trying to get your wife on the show? Mm-hmm. You want to? How much have you had to drink today?
17.
Easily, right?
17.
Yeah, you're in that wheelhouse.
17.
He's been getting rocked today. Do you want to come on camera?
Yeah.
Come on over.
Yeah. I got
She's like, no.
She needs to get on.
She's not.
I've got a folder full of Chinese fart porn on here if you need something to do while you're on the
Yeah, if you guys are look. Dan's also a watcher too, so if you want to give me your address where you guys are staying tonight.
Voyeur is
Voyeur, yeah.
What I do is I ship people a little IP camera. Mm-hmm. It's like, put this in your room somewhere, and I'll decide when to turn it on and off.
Anyway, and a bear's eyes. You like to have it go through a bear's eyes.
I like to view things from the perspective of an 18-inch bear. Yeah. I feel like that's reasonable. It gives me a pretty good vantage point.
So do that, and then you can obviously link up with him at Dan Holloway on Instagram, and he'll watch all you guys fuck.
I will, yeah.
For that, but
and I'll give you a rating too.
Yeah, goddamn right you will. 5-star
and a review.
Yep. Like and subscribe, just like Jake Paul. For Giorgio, we'll give up Papa Giorgio. You look exhausted today, by the way. What happened to you? Did you get fucked up last night?
Oh, I'm high.
Oh, you're high shit. There you go. That's rare. Hot Bob, Fake Dan, and then the real D'Anthony Holloway. I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin Bros Sports Companion Show. This is the last time we'll be saying companion show because it will be its own show now on iTunes and Android and Spotify. So subscribe to that now. And this will be the last time we were on this feed. Good night, everyone.